Yes, got it. Thank you.
Oh, you gotta take a picture.
Yes, we're gonna have a picture, yeah, of course, yes. Okay, let me just get a picture. You happy?
Yeah, it went so well.
Does it go well? Yes, I told you just have to believe, yeah? Sometimes it's not believing. You said something to me which I think people don't really think about.
Yeah.
You know, you think that when you go for these driving lessons, or you're going to go and get some driving lessons, you think that the driving lessons you're getting are actually cheap, because you're comparing a driving lesson with a driving lesson.
Exactly.
And when we discussed it, it came across to me very clearly that what you were saying was there's actually a vast difference.
A vast difference, yeah. I mean, I thought I was getting a cheaper option. Ended up spending double the amount I wanted to spend. And then came to you guys and did 4 hours, and you corrected everything that needed to be corrected, because obviously I had failed it once before.
Yeah.
And here I am, successful.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the important, what I got from our conversation earlier was, the important thing was that what the instructor fraternity should be doing is not trying to sell driving lessons, but trying to make successful drivers.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of people get into the trap, a lot of instructors get into the trap, that they're competing so hard at getting the prices down that they forget that the objective is not to get hours and hours of driving out of somebody, but actually to make them a good driver.
Well, the quality tends to suffer because of that, because then, you know, they're trying to sort of cut corners in terms of what they teach you. They're just preparing you for the test only, rather than for a real life situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is what I found with my previous, they were just trying to teach you the route rather than the rules, like what you taught me in terms of meeting traffic and stuff like that. You're not going to have the same rules every time, but they were teaching you so that you just pass your test, rather than, you know, preparing you for what happens after you pass your tests. So that's what I found, you know, a bit difficult.
Yeah. But I think that the important thing there again is also that what our objective is we find that people are much more successful passing if you've actually taught them how to drive rather than how to pass a test.
Yeah.
And that's the philosophy that I think that one needs to be striving for.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions. How did you find Car Captain? How did you find them originally?
Online, so just a search engine in Google for well, I did actually search on the how to speed up my test date.
Oh, okay.
And you guys came up, and then that's it, just from Google.
All right. And then what would you say if you had to do this whole course again from the beginning? What would your recommendation be?
So I would be to choose your driving school carefully before you go in, you know, committing to one particular school. Maybe have your hour assessment, see how you feel with the instructor, because when I had my 1 hour assessment with you, straight away, which is what I told you, I felt comfortable, and when you feel comfortable you actually drive better. Whereas if you've got an instructor who's like shouting instructions at you, which is what happened to me previously, it doesn't get you anywhere. You just get nervous and you do silly things. So I would say choose your driving school carefully. You know, your rapport with the instructor would give you an indication of how it's going to go. And with us, I told you that after the first hour I felt more confident. I felt like you know, you were kind of helping me rather than just preparing me for a test.
The other question I also want to ask you is the overall experience with Car Captain. How would you say that
Absolutely was? Brilliant. The office staff they are really, really good. They're very attentive, and Yolanda, every time I spoke to her, she would get back to me straight away, and I felt like I was neglected because I only wanted like a few hours, but they didn't treat me like that. They didn't treat me like, you know, I'm just a lower end, only just want 2 hours driving lessons. They treated me, I would say, first class, and I felt that. The responses were immediate every time I emailed or text. And yeah, I definitely, and obviously you as well, which was one of the main factor. I mean, we had like 4 hours of driving, but within that 4 hours I've learned so much in terms of road awareness and just stuff that I needed to know, that, you know.
Oh, you worked hard.
Yeah.
Would you also say that that the videos that we have available on the internet, do they make a big difference?
So the maneuvers I looked at online, which is what I use today to do my parallel park. I found them really helpful. I looked at them on the train going into work a couple of times, and it actually does help. Yeah, it actually does help. I mean, obviously you're thinking you're just looking at the video, but when you actually sit in the car and you remember, you follow the points that you guys gave. Yeah, definitely.
No, I think it augments the training a lot, and it saves me doing a lot of sitting next to a road talking rubbish to you.
Yeah.
To have a good video course.
Yeah.
Available for you to follow.
But the thing about you're very precise, so you don't go the roundabout way to tell you something. You just tell you straight, and well, for me, I grasped it straight away because I understood what you were saying. The reasoning, obviously I understood it, and I just took it on board straight away. So, yeah.
Would you recommend us to anybody else?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think go for car captain first. I think anyone else is second to car captain because it's been brilliant. Yeah, I am so happy that. Yeah, thank you.